she had not eaten in 2 days. So when the stranger at the crossroads offered her a piece of roasted yam, she took it. She did not know it was the last meal her soul would ever taste freely. The moon hung full over the crossroads, 4 red dirt paths bleeding into the dark bush. Everyone in the village knew what it meant. Do not linger where the roads meet after sundown. Spirits walk there, hungry ones. But hunger makes a person forget what they should fear. Smoke curled low across the dirt road, heavy with the scent of roasted yam and palm oil. And there, beside a fire that did not seem to touch the ground, sat a figure, tall, wrapped in a crimson shawl, stirring a pot with hands that gleamed faintly as if dusted with moonlight. "Evening, traveler," the stranger said, in a voice like stirred ash. Effie adjusted her basket on her hip. "I am not a traveler. The path cuts through my village." "Then you know these roads," the stranger said, ladling out a piece of steaming yam, golden and dripping. "Eat. The road takes, but it gives also." Effie stepped back. "No, it is forbidden to take a meal at the crossroads. My grandmother said—" She said those words because she feared what she did not understand. But you understand hunger, do you not? Her stomach twisted. Her younger brother lay fevered in the hut behind her. He had not opened his eyes since morning. "I only want to feed my brother," she whispered. "Then feed him with this. Take a single piece. It will ease his fever. It will cost you nothing." From the shadows, a small voice cut through. "Do not!" It was Omi, the old palm tapper, his lantern swinging. "Girl, you know the law of the crossroads." "Omi, my brother is dying, and he will not be saved by cursed food." Omi spat into the dirt and pointed at the stranger. "I have seen you before, spirit. When drought burned the yam fields, when children vanished, you always come when people are desperate." The stranger laughed softly. "And yet they always eat." But here is what Effie did not know, what Omi himself would not confess until it was far too late. He had stood at this same crossroads before, and he had not walked away empty-handed. Omi turned to Effie. "Go home. If your brother is to die, let his soul stay clean." Effie stood trembling. The stranger held out the yam, steaming in the moonlight. She thought of her brother, his thin chest rising, falling, fading. She thought of waking to find him still. Before she could stop herself, she reached out. Just one piece, small, soft, sweet. The stranger smiled. A kind heart always feeds another. Omi stumbled backward, muttering a prayer. "You fool, you have signed your death." When dawn came, the fever was gone. Her brother sat up, weak but breathing easily. He asked for water. Her mother wept. The neighbors called it a miracle. Omi stood at the fence, eyes wide, whispering, "What did you bring back, girl?" Effie ignored him. Hope, after all, was the first meal of the day. But hope became hunger again, not for yam, not for soup, for something she could not name. By midday her hands trembled. By evening her eyes itched under the fading sun. When she tried to sleep, she heard the stranger's voice calling from the edge of her dreams. "The road takes, but it gives also." The ancestors ask only one thing of those who listen: share the story. A like, a subscribe, that is how legends survive. Now, listen closely, because the debt Effie signed with her mouth was only the beginning, and the man who warned her was hiding a secret that will change everything. 3 days later, Effie walked barefoot towards the crossroads at night. She carried no basket, only a small calabash bowl. The fire was waiting, so was the stranger. "You came," they said. "I cannot sleep. My mouth burns for that taste. I crave it more than air." "That is your debt. The road fed your love. Now it feeds on you."
"I will pay anything. Name it."
"My price is simple. Each full moon bring me someone hungry enough to eat, or hunger will eat you instead." Effie stumbled back. "You want me to—" "You owe the road. Debt feeds on debt." Omi found her by morning, sitting in the dust, hollow-eyed. She told him everything. Omi listened long. "You can run from a spirit, child, but not from a debt signed with your mouth. You ate what was not yours to earn."
"Then help me undo it."
He stared towards the crossroads. "There is no undoing, only passing the debt along."
"I cannot make another person suffer."
"Then you will die by the next moon. That is the truth." But Omi did not look sure. His own eyes glittered like a man starving for something he would not name. When the next full moon came, Effie left her house quietly. Her brother slept soundly, unaware. At the crossroads she waited. No stranger this time, only wind and rustling grass. Then Omi arrived, leaning on his staff. "You should not be here."
"I came to end it."
He looked at her sharply. "You would rather starve the spirit and yourself? If that means no one else is cursed, yes." Omi's mouth tightened. "Then you are better than most." He reached into his pouch and pulled out a roasted yam, golden, glistening. Effie froze.
"Where did you get that?"
He smiled thinly. "Same place you did. The stranger came to me the night after you ate, whispered in my dreams. I took my share. You think I would let a child bear the burden alone?"
"Do not,"
Effie said weakly. But as he raised it to his lips, the earth shuddered. The fire reappeared, roaring without fuel. The crimson-clad stranger stepped from the flames. "My debtors together. How delicious!" Omi cursed, dropping the yam, but Effie snatched it and bit down. "Take me," she cried. "Let him go." The stranger's eyes gleamed. "A willing offering. You understand now." They touched her forehead. Light burst, gold and red, and swallowed the night. In the morning, the villagers found the crossroads empty. Only Omi remained, trembling in the dust. Effie was gone. But where her footprints ended, small yam vines had sprung, green, impossible in the dry earth, winding in the shape of 4 paths crossing. But here is the part the village never learned. Since that night, travelers say a woman stands at the crossroads on bright moon nights, draped in crimson, offering food to those who hunger. Her voice is soft, her eyes ache with sorrow. When someone asks her name, she smiles and says, "The road takes, but it gives also." Effie did not die. She became the stranger, the same one who fed her, the same one who fed the stranger before that, an endless chain of desperate souls, each one feeding the road with love, each one becoming the next keeper of the crossroads. The food was never cursed, it was a door, and every person who ate it stepped through, not into death, but into service, eternal, lonely, inescapable service. So if you ever meet her, if she offers you something warm and sweet, remember, the stranger at the crossroads was once someone just like you, someone who only wanted to save the person they loved. and the food might be the last thing your soul ever swallows freely.